review all previous sections, and we want to reply to any question about this course that's provided by you. First of all, I refer to the most important part of uh, PDF. This is the most important page of the EA course. As you know, each EA or EA is abbreviation of evolutionary algorithm. Sometimes we refer EC or evolutionary computing. Both of this is okay. Each EA includes these parts. It is all of your course. First of all is representation. What is the representation? Do you know the representation? First of all, we want to solve a problem. The representation is how we want to represent a solution. For example, if you want to solve an equation, to find a root of equation, and this equation have a real and a real solution. So your representation or each individual or each chromosome include one value, one real value, and it include one gene with real value. I repeat this screen. So the representation depends the problem. Sometimes you want to solve 8-coin problem. Sometimes you want to solve a TSP or a traveling seller problem. Sometimes you want to sort, such as the homework. I repeat the homework and I answer the question. Another is evaluation. Evaluation or fitness function is the most important part of each EA. Fitness function is a function or it is a such as some program, so some formula that can find the score or can evaluate each individual. In the representation, we represent that each solution, for example, is a real value or one gene or some gene such as sort, or it is a permutation, it is a binary, it is a real value. But in this the fitness value is related to your creativity. The most important part of fitness value related to solving the problem. If you want a good fitness value, fitness function, you can solve the problem. And if you cannot find a good fitness to evaluate the solution, you cannot solve the problem. The fitness is very important. In this class, we solve a problem from first step to final step. Another part is the evaluation or fitness value is a function that gets, for example, individual and evaluate the fitness value. The more fitness value, the better individual. For example, if X1 is one of the individual or collection of gene or chromosome, both of them are equal. And the fitness is, for example, 100. Another value such as X2 produced, for example, 102. So the X2 is better than X1 in EC algorithm. Another part is population. Population is a collection of all individual or all solutions. At the beginning, all of the solutions produced by random, but by a next loop or next generation, they produce by combination of parents, combination of previous individual, and produce new generation or children. This is done by parent selection. Parent selection is select two individual, then recombine or crossover. You know crossover, and you produce children from by crossover. Then mutate the gene, and you have combination of or a population of parents and children. So you select for the next generation. It is named as a survival selection. Survival selection, and you have a new population. And you repeat and repeat and repeat until you find the best answer or acceptable answer. How we find the fitness function? It is related to your wisdom, your knowledge. It is related to you understand this course. We find to solve a problem in this section, in this class, and explain about all of these questions. Any question, you write any question if you have any problem. We want to solve very simply. It is, for example, then some problems such as 8 queen, knapsack, TSP, traveling, selling problem, and another problem that you can solve by your, for example, EA algorithm. So I show the whiteboard. Yes. First of all, I produce some question, some simple question. Please pay attention and answer to me. What is the EA? EA is a simulation, EA is a optimization, EA is a analytic, or EA is a, for example, modeling. No slide, it is a whiteboard. Can you see the whiteboard? It is a whiteboard. Yes, it is a optimization. What is optimization? If you want to have a model, and this model have some inputs and some outputs. If the inputs if you know input, and model, but you don't know the output. It is a simulation. If you know the input and output and don't know the model, it's a modeling. But if you know the model and output, but you want to find the input, it is an optimization. EA is an optimization way, or it is a algorithm to solve or optimize a problem. For example, I want to find the root of this equation. For example, x2 x powered by 2 4x plus 3. I want to find the root of this equation. What is meaning the root of this equation? It is named as a f(x). I have an equation f(x) equal to x2 4x. And what is the root of this equation? What is meaning? I want to find the root of this equation. Don't pay attention to the fitness. I want to solve this equation. The root of equation is, for example, a value such as x that produced 0. If you put the root of this equation in this equation, it produces 0. So you have output, the output is 0. You have the model, this formula is model. But you want to input. We don't know the input. It is a problem that is optimization. Is EA suitable to solve this problem? Yes, but it is not necessary, because you can decompose this equation by direct formula in mathematics. For example, it is the same as here. It is here, and so it have to answer this 1, and it is 3. Yes. Or you can solve this equation by the delta formula. Do you know the delta formula? Yes, I solved one of the homework questions. I start from the simple example. Delta formula is a mathematic way to find a polynomial equation of 2 power of 2 very fast. So you can solve this problem by the EC, but the EC is not fast. EC is slow. So it is not suitable to find the solution of this problem by EC, because we waste our time. We can solve this problem very fast by some equation. But if the equation is very complicated, you can, for example, if you have this equation, or for example, we want to root of this equation. It is not possible to solve with direct formula in mathematics. So it is a good to solve this problem by easy. So if you want to solve this problem by easy, what is the representation? We want to find one value, so the representation or x is a one value, one real value. It is the representation, or each chromosome or each solution is a real value. For example, 7.2. For example, negative 17.2. So the representation is a real value. It includes only one gene. Can you tell me the fitness value of this problem? The fitness, for example, if you, I clear, for example, I complicated this formula. For example, it is a f of x, for example. If the f is 0, you know f0 is 0. So the 0 is one of the solution, but we don't know. If you put 1, it, for example, produce. It may confuse you. I want, for example, if you have a fx, any equation, you have any equation, and you can't solve this equation by direct method of mathematics. Your representation is a real value. So at the beginning, for example, we have 5 value, for example, 1, 2.5, 0, -2, -5. It is a first population. I want to find the best fitness value. Do you propose a fitness value, for example, for this equation, that when we put the value into the f, it produces a 0. It is the best equation. It's the best solution. For example, if f -2 is, for example, 10, f of 1 is 11, f on 20, for example, is -0, f of 0 is 2, and f of is 3. We have some answer: -2, 1, 2.5, 0, -5. We put each of these digits into the f, and it produces, this is x, and it is fx. f -2 is 10. f1 is 11. For example, f of 2.5 is -7. f of 0 is 2, for example. It is example. And f of -5 is 3. These are the fitness of these values. Can you tell me what is the best What is the best answer from these 5 answers? We have 5 answers. We have 5 answers here, and it is a 5 answer, and we have 5 fitness. We want to root of the fx or x value that produce 0. No, we want to find the best of these values: -2, 1, 20 half, 0, and -5. It is not fitness. It is a fx. I want to learn you how find the fitness. It is a fx. Fx is a function of my problem. What is the aim of your problem? To find a x that causes fx 0 equal to 0. So this value -2 causes fx 10, 1 causes fx 11, 20 half causes fx -7, and 0 causes, for example, 2, and -5 produced 3. Which of these values is near to the 0? Which values is near to the 0? This value is near to the 0, 2, because it is only 2 value differ from 0. So 0 value is the best answer. Can you tell me a fitness function for this formula? The fitness function is a function that produced the lowest value or nearest value to the 0. But we say that the fitness value is a value, the more fitness value, the better answer. Can you propose a fitness value for this problem? I clear this and repeat for I type by computer, it is better. For example, if you have this value, for example, if you have these values, f(x), for example, f(3) is 2, f(2) is 1.3, f(-2) is 11, f(0) is negative 12, and f(7) is negative 5. Can you tell me which of these 5 individual or 5 solution is the best here? 3, 2, -2, 0, or 7? They are our population. Our population have 5 value. Which of these 5 value is the best here? Can you tell me? Yes. Hana Khadim is true. It is the best value because the lowest or nearest, not it 2 is the best. 2, yes. Some person say 2 is the best value. Why? Because the fitness value of 2 is nearest to 0. If you have if you drive the axis, we have 1.3, we have 2, we have 11, we have -5 and -12. Which of this value is near to 0? It is near to 0. So 2 is the best here. We want to write a fitness value that produce the highest the highest score when the f(x) is lowest, without attention to the negative or positive. For example, if we have a 5 value with -1.3, both of these 2 value have the equal distance to 0. It is a negative of 1.3 and it is positive 1.3. So both of these are equal because both of this answer have the same distance to 0. So we use absolute value of f(x). Do you know absolute? Absolute is a function that produces positive value. For example, absolute of 2 is 2, absolute of -2 is 2. You know, absolute is 2, absolute of negative value is 2. Absolute is the only the value, not the sign, positive or negative. So he want to find the fitness value. So we use the absolute value of fx, but we say the lowest value of fx, the better value of x, or the fitness must be higher or better. So we reverse this value. How we can reverse the value when fx is high, the fitness is low, such as here or such as here. And when the fx is low, such as here or here, the fitness is high. How we can reverse a function? We have two methods, one of this here and one of this negative of sine of fx. Both of these are okay. So it is the fitness value of this problem. It is a fitness value, or it is a fitness value. If we want to use this 1 fx, but sometimes when the fx is 0, the division of 1 by 0 is not defined. So you can add this value to avoiding the 0 in the denominator. If the fx is 0, we, for example, add by 1. Fx always is greater than 0. So, but sometimes it is 0. So the value, the fitness value is it is. I want to write the fitness. I clear to write the fitness. So the fitness of x is, for example, 1 division by fx, absolute value of fx. To avoid division by 0, I add by, for example, 1. This value, this fitness function produce, for example, highest value for this and this. It is 1 by 2 and 3 fitness. What is the fitness of this? It is 1, 11, and 12. The fitness of is 1 by 12 is 13, and fitness of this is 1 by 6, and fitness of this is 1. So which of this fitness is highest? Both this and this, because the denominator is lower. These values is the highest fitness, so these two elements have the highest fitness. Yes, for the best solution calls this value 0. So the fitness is 1, and 1 is the highest value when the fx is equal to 0. 1 divided by 1. all of this value is lower than 1. So it is a fitness value of this formula. If you want to negative or reverse instead of division, another fitness value can be proposed here. For example, I write it is a negative of absolute value of f(x). So it is -2, it is -1.3, it is -11, it is absolute of negative is 12, and negative of 12 is negative of 12. It is negative of 5, and it is negative of 1.0. Which values of these values is highest? Both of these and these. So these two elements, 2 and 5, are the best in this population because these have a highest fitness value. Both of this fitness is okay. Both of this fitness. This fitness and this fitness. Both of this fitness it is an absolute value. To avoid the division by 0, I add, for example, 1 to absolute value. It is a fitness value of this problem. So we have a population of the values. For example, each time we have this population, and we have I want to repeat a loop of EA. A loop of EA include at the beginning, for example, if we have five elements, for example, this. At the beginning of, it is a population. For example, 5 individual or 5. The representation is real because the value, the answer is a real. This population is the example. For example, we have a real value, for example, 2.2. So we have real value, and representation include only one gene, and each gene is a real value. The fitness value is, for example, here. Or here, the fx. Both of these. First of all, parent selection. The parent selection, for example, we select random. Each time we select, for example, 2 elements randomly, for example. And then we have crossover, real crossover. In real crossover, we, such as intermediate, we have, for example, this value, and we produce two children. For example, we produce 1.5 or 2 and 3, then mutate. For mutation, for example, we change this value slightly. Then we have a survival selection. We have 5 value and 2 children. We calculate the fitness and select the 5 value for the next generation, and we repeat and repeat only to find the solution. It is a very simple question that can be solved by EA. Yes. For your homework, we produce, I repeat your homework. In your homework, you have 3 problems. I review your homework. It is your homework. Design parts of the EA, such as representation, fitness, crossover, mutation, survival, and other. As I say, both the representation and the fitness are 2 most important part of your answer. Yes, it is the first homework, but I want to download the one of your homework is sorting some values. For example, we have 5 values, for example 2, 3, 1, 7, and 9. We want to sort these values by ascending order. So what is the representation? The representation or solution. What is the solution? We want to find the solution. 1, 2, 3, 7, and 9, because it is sort. It is sort from lowest value to highest value. So at the beginning, you have this solution. You change the location. For example, you change the location of 2 gene. For example, 3 and 2. We swap location of 3 and 2, and it is another solution. The best solution is here. So what is the representation? Can you tell me the representation? Each chromosome or each individual include 5 value, and each value is not removed and is not repeat. So this representation is known as a what is the representation? Not repeat and not remove. Yes, it is named as a permutation. If it is a real value, for example, 9.1, 7.0, 1 point, both of this is permutation. It is both permutation. For example, 3.7. It is a permutation. So the permutation is a representation that includes some gene without repeating and without remove. Both of it is permutation. So for the simple, I remove the point value. So it is the best solution that we want to find the best solution. So the representation is permutation. Why? Because we want to find a collection of real value that each real value don't repeat and don't remove. So it is a permutation. It is simple. But what is the fitness function? Each of these value is a individual or is a, for example, chromosome or is a solution. Each chromosome includes some gene. It is a gene or part of a solution. EA is a algorithm that can solve problem by divide and conquer. Divide into the gene and concatenate the gene and produce the answer. I want to ask you, what is the fitness of this problem? I ask you, which of the element x1, x2, and x3 is the best? You know x3 is the best. But from x1 and x2, which one is better? x1 or x2? Which one is better? Yes, as you know, and some students refer, x1 is better because this gene is the same and this two gene is in order, but in x2, 3 and 2 is not in order. Can you propose me a fitness function? What is a fitness function for this solution? It is not a fair formula. It is a line of program. This fitness function is the line of program that calculates the fitness function for this problem. Get x for example, x1 and produced, for example, 5. x2, for example, 6. So we say x2 is better than x1 because the fitness value is more than x1. We want to write a fitness of this problem. Can you tell me, can you think about the fitness of this? Why x3 is the best solution? Because in each location, in each two location, the right value is greater or equal than left value. Here to here, here, here. So can you tell me a fitness of this problem? The best solution is the array or is the values that in this solution all of two value have this relation that the right value is greater or equal than the left value. So we can write a function, for example, a MATLAB function for this problem. I write, for example, a MATLAB function number of elements of x. And here I write here fitness. It is a function that calculate the fitness value of each element. For this, do you know me the fitness of this element? If we put here x1, can you calculate the fitness of x1, it is a real return value. The return value. If each excuse me, I have a mistake. It is a lower or equal. If left value is lower or equal to the right value, and the fitness increased by 1. Can you tell me the fitness of x1, x2, and x3 by this function? We have n element, n here is 5. So the loop is from 1 to 4 because it's 1, it does not exist 1 and 1. So it is 3 because 3 value is greater here, here, and here. It is 3. Another value, it is not greater, not greater. It is okay, and it is okay. So it is 2. 2 value is greater, and it is here 1, 2, 3, 4. It is a 4. So it is a best, fitness, and greatest. And between x1 and x2, x1 is better. It is a fitness function to calculate the order of the values. We can write another fitness value. For example, we can add some values, some penalty value or negative value if for greater value in the left than in the right. So for solving this problem, at the beginning, we have some population. The population is the collection of some individual or some chromosome. For example, 2, 3, 1, 7, 9. 2, 3, 1, 9, 7. 2, 9, 1, 3, 7. 7, 9, 1, 2, 3. 7, 1, 2, 3, 9. For example, we have 6 elements, for example, here. 7, 9, 1, 2, 3. Sometimes some element may be equal. Then we have a parent selection. In a parent selection, we select, for example, by random 2 parents and produce 2 children. For example, we produce children by some permutation crossover, such as here, or we produce by one of the. Can you tell me some permutation crossover, such as order one cycle method, such as then we mutate, or for example swap. Then we have a collection of both parent and children. Then we select from all of this value for the next generation. It is a survival selection. Survival selection, for example, by roulette wheel selection. And we repeat and repeat until to reach the best solution. The best solution is the solution that produce the highest fitness value. You know this problem. Another problem is 8 queen. You have a first project in the 8 queen. I draw a simple chess with a smaller number of, because it is waste of time. If we put, for example, a queen here, and we have, for example, 2 queen, not 8 queen. Which of these two answer is better? For example, a 3 queen. Can you tell me a fitness for this problem? What is the fitness for this problem? Which element, x1 or x2, is better for the 8 queen problem? The lower number of attacks, we count the number of attack and then reverse it. This value don't attack here. This value don't attack. This value don't attack. So this attack is 0. If we, but here we have 1 attack here. It is 1. So it is worse than x1. We reverse, so we put negative, such as the first value negative of x or reverse of x. So here this value is greater than here, and x1 is better than x2. For the 8 queen, sometimes we have a element, for example, with 5 attack and another element with 3 attack and another element with 1 attack. So we use this other negative or reverse. So it is greater than and it is greater than. So the x3 is the best because it is the greatest value for the fitness. We count the number of attack, then reverse them. Reverse by negative or count of attack. So the best value is the 1 divided by attack. sometimes it is division by 0, so we plus by 1, or the negative of attack count. Both of this is okay as a fitness value. Do you know? So the representation is permutation, and both of this is the how we counter attack. You must write a program. If the attack number is 0, it is 0. It is 1, or it is the greatest value, and it is the best solution. Yes, the higher fitness, the less attack. It is another homework is related to TSP. And because, you know, traveling seller or postman problem is a person that wants to travel. For example, we have some point or some city and each of these city have a distance. For example, the distance between each city. We want to find the route. A route include all of these points because we want to go to the each city one time, not 2 times. And we want to go by the minimum value of the distance. So sometimes you go to the city A, then B, then C, D, E, F. Or sometimes you go to the, you start from A, go to the D, go to the E, C, B, F. Or sometimes you start from F, go to the C, go to the E, go to the D, E, B, and A. Sometimes you start from C, go to the F, go to the E, go to the D, A, and B. All of this is individual or a solution. What is the best solution? The best solution is the order of this 6 points with minimum distance. So what is the fitness? Can you tell me the fitness of this function? A fitness value get, for example, this solution and produce a value. The higher value, the better solution. Least distance, yes. So we use the reverse of summation of distance. You know? For example, we want to, for example, you want to solve and you want to calculate the fitness of this, for example, these values. How we calculate the fitness? First of all, we start from C. So the distance of C and D add by the distance of D to A, the distance of A to B, distance of B to F, and F to E. The summation of this value, for example, is 120 kilometers, for example. Another distance is start from A, then go to the B, then go to the D, then go to the C, then go to the F, then go to the E. For example, it is 5, it is 10, it is 11, it is 20, and it is 35. So the summation of this value is what is the summation of this value? It is here. Yes. So which of these we use the reverse or negative of it and negative of it. So it is greater than negative of 87 is greater than negative on 112, or the reverse value. The reverse of 107 is greater than the reverse of 180, and 7 is greater than 112. So this value, this element is better than the first element. The second element is better than the first element. What is the best element? The best element is the order of the city that provide the minimum or lowest distance. It is another solution of your homework. You type about the cerebral selection, about the mutation, about the parent selection. Parent selection sometimes is random. You know about crossover. You know about, for example, in a crossover, for example, we have two elements. We select two parents and we use, for example, crossover for permutation representation, and we produce some new children, and You can refer to the text. You produce two children, so sometimes you mutate or swap. Mutation, use mutation and change this. It is you swap D and B. It is the children, but it is father or parents. Then you use reverse selection, and you select from these values from parents and by relative selection. And each time you have keep the best solution until you repeat and repeat and reach the order of the city with minimum distance. In TSP, we cannot guess the best solution, such as 8 queen. In 8 queen, the best solution is the solution with 0 attack. But in TSP, we cannot guess or estimate at the beginning what is the best solution, because the distance is very change, and it is not possible to guess. We repeat and repeat until the distance don't change. We reach the best distance, and when we repeat the loop without any change or decrease the distance, we terminate the loop. Do you know this explanation about the EA or EC? EA or EC is the optimization method that can solve some problem that can be divide and conquer. Divide a problem into small parts, and each time we find a solution of each part. Each of this part or a small part is a gene of a solution. So EC only can solve the problem that can be divided into the small parts, and EC can step by step solve this problem. So EC is not fast. EC is a slow solution for the problem. EC cannot solve a problem entirely. EC can only solve the problem step by step, and it can only solve by divided the problem into the small part, and each time it solve a part. Do you know this section and the review of your course? So in this section, we review and we explain about some problem that can be solved by the EC, and please write the answer of homework and send on the time that's determined. uh, um, the problem, if the problem have a match solution, mathematics solution, or not mathematics solution, it is not related to the EC. EC can only the problem that can be divided into the small parts, and each time it solve each of those parts. Some problem have mathematics solution, some problem don't have mathematics. It is not related to the EC. Sometimes a problem have a mathematical solution, such as equation of degree 2. It is a polynomial with a mathematical solution, and the EC can solve this. Sometimes we have a solution with mathematical solution that EC cannot solve it. Sometimes we have a problem without mathematical problem, but EC can solve it, such as 8 coin problem. 8 coin is a problem that cannot solve by the mathematics, but that not can solve by formula, but EC can solve it, or TSP. Or sometimes we have a mathematical or programming solution, such as sort of some values. We can sort the values very fast by a program such as binary sort, heap sort, quick sort, some sort in the computer programming. But EC can solve this problem. It is very slow. So it is not related to the mathematics. EC can solve the problem that can divide into the small parts. Do you have any question? Please repeat the first quiz question. Tomorrow you have a exam that repeats the first exam, but I changed the question slightly, and I want you to get a better score than the first exam. Please repeat these scores and those scores that I solved the problem of the quiz to get a better score in the tomorrow exam. Do you have any question? Yes. Thank you very much, and في أمان الله.